Hi guys and girls, this is Scott the Carpet Guy. Now, I have a Pro 1200 SE, that's besides the point, but I have a water pond that goes with it. And I have a live solution reel and I have a electric water reel, but I didn't have a water reel, so I built one. And I just want to show you guys this because I built this thing super cheap. I have way less than 200 bucks in the whole deal. But I want to show you guys real quick. I used a piece of flat steel and I pre-drilled it, and I drilled through it first, and then I put some self-tapping screws up into the beams of the ceiling. You just got to make sure your screws aren't too long so they don't drill a hole through your roof, because that sheet metal is your roof. So this reel I got on Amazon for like 35 bucks. It's got a little bit of a spring break here, so it doesn't just start unwinding. It's also live, which is right here. This swivels so that the reel can spin, and the plate that I put up there, of course, has to reach the two beams. It's something like 34 or 36 inches long between the two beams. The piece of steel I have is a little bit longer than that. But so the reel itself has 4 slotted holes in it, and those are I pre-drilled them for what the core part of the screw would be, and then I put some self-tappers up through it. I did not use a screw gun for this. That's why I pre-drilled them. I actually screwed them in with a ratchet so that I wouldn't have any clearance issues. Alright, so this water reel here comes down. I just got a quick little zip tie right here just to kind of keep it out of the way from the water reel. And then this is the water line that comes from the pump for the water pond. I have it up here for the winter so it's not laying down along the bottom. And then I just have it run through here. So I already unhooked it from here, but because what I want to show you guys is I have that little bit of slack in there so that if I'm not filling the tank from the reel, I can take, and I already put the end on it that feeds the machine. And that way, if I'm running single wanded, I can easily feed the machine the water that it needs. I'm not sure about dual wanding yet. I'll have to get back to you guys on that. All the line is 3/8. This is 3/8 250 psi working pressure and made in USA. So this is a Goodyear line. I always like to try to buy United States brands if I can. And then on this side, what I did is I have a bunch of fittings here, but they only get bigger. And why I went with a bigger valve than what the regular thing is, because some valves actually neck down the water flow, and I didn't want to do that. So this is just a ball valve, and you guys can see it's 3/8. And so either way, so that clear down through the center, you can see the ball valve, and it's not really, let me open it up here, it's not restricting. So you can see clear down through there. So it's not actually restricting any water flow, and you don't want to restrict it. And that's why I went with the 3/8 line here too. If you guys look for reels, you want to make sure you get a 3/8 reel that will hold the amount of hose you have. Now this is 100 feet of reel line on this reel here, and this is perfect for me because I hardly ever run over 100 feet of water line if I do have to fill up at some place. And the fact that it's live will save me a lot of time unwinding and uncoiling hoses. And this is just, I bought all the fittings and stuff at the local hardware store, and the most PSI that's going to go through this is probably max of 80 PSI if you're hooked up to a commercial place that has some insane water pressure. And yeah, good old valves made in China though. But either way, so this is just a quick rundown of how I did it and what I did, and that's what it looks like. I wish it was blue, but they didn't have an option. And yes, it's snowing like crazy here. So I hope that helps you out, guys. But that's how you can make a reel. I think I said $35 for the reel. I had maybe $25 in fittings and the valve and stuff. The piece of steel I actually got from a local steel supplier. It would cost me about $25. The screws, the self-tappers, I've got at local hardware store also. You just want to make sure that you get the bigger ones that you can, because the bigger the bite that it gets in the steel, the longer it will stay tight. The hose itself I got on Amazon. This is Continental. This is essentially just like the Goodyear line. I got Continental because it's just like the Goodyear. The Continental came with the machine for a water fill line, so I stuck with it because it flexes even in the winter. And of course, this yellow line here that I showed you just a minute ago is Goodyear. That's 3/8 250 psi working pressure. And all that reel is going to do is going to feed my water tank, and that way if the water goes up, comes down through, and then the water comes out of my tank here, it gets filtered through my filter right there. The filter is getting close to needing changing, but it's not ready yet. It gets filtered right there, and then it feeds the machine. So this is how I plan to have it hooked up 99% of the time, unless I just can't fill the water pond for some reason, or if something happens and the pump fails, then I can direct feed it if I need to. So I hope this helped, guys, and if you got any questions on this, just give me a holler or comment below the video here. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, but I'll try to keep you guys up to date on all the cool little things that I do that might help you out. So thanks, guys.